Hello everybody, this is Jeannie Cisco-Meth, and we are ready today to learn how to get steppen, right? But what we're going to learn as my dog comes down the steps, she's demonstrating what it sounds like when you're stepping towards your goals, right? How many of you have one of these at your house, right? A calendar. Or, now, it kind of looks like a calendar, but this is what I use to make sure that I'm moving forward. Now, my current goal is going through some boxes. My lovely, lovely mama I called her the modern display on her block. That means that she always had a party. She was always decorating. She loved having people over. She loved spending time with them. And so when she moved in with me quite some time ago, and I moved her out of her house, there were tons of boxes. And I gave away and sold a bunch of stuff. And then we also brought quite a few things home here to my house. Well, she passed away a year ago, November, and we are in the process now of going through the boxes that we have downstairs. And so that's my goal, my 31 day goal. And so each day that I go through a box, I get to mark a day off, because that's a step, right? And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So each day I get to mark a box. I get to mark a box if I go through a box with an X. That's funny. Okay, so now you may think, oh, going through boxes, that's not very hard. So let me tell you a little bit about what I did yesterday. I got up, I wrote on my book, my second book that I'm working on. Then I was also on a coaching call with some people. Then I recorded my podcast. Then I wrote my newsletter. Then I paid some bills. Then I entered some receipts for our 4 different businesses. Then I also balanced all of our checkbooks for all 4 of our businesses. Then I also went to the dentist and had him fix one of my cavities. One of my fillings was having an issue, so I had to have that done. Then I also went and got my nails done, because that's some me time. Then I also went to DI and dropped off some of the boxes that I had been going through. Then I also went to Home Depot, got some parts to fix some places that are going on here at the house. I like keeping my castle well maintained and in order. Then from there, I went and put fuel in the truck. And then from there, I went and gave my daughter a hug at work because she had asked for one. Then I came home. Oh, no, wait, I went to the grocery store. I also had some stuff I had to buy at the grocery store, so I went grocery shopping. Then I came home, and my husband was home, and so we got together and we made dinner for everybody. We ate dinner because Erin gets her dinner from work at a certain time. So we all had dinner. My son was also home. And then they both went back to work. Max and Erin both went back to work. My husband got ready to leave. He's doing runs up to Twin Falls right now. And I went over to do dream dinners over in Orem and to make some more meals. Now that really helped. They had everything all chopped and all prepared and all ready. All I had to do was show up, take a scoop of this and a little scoop of that and put it in a bag and then put it all together. So last night in 20 minutes, I got 3 entrees made. Now even including drive time, because it was over in Orem, it was an hour and a half total time to prepare 3 meals. Oh, I'm so excited, Laura Lincord. You're amazing for giving me that connection. If anybody else needs that connection, let me know. I'll hook you up. And it just made it so much easier. So looking forward to the next few meal preps are going to be a lot easier. Then I worked on my book some more. Then I also worked on my book proposal. Then I also worked out. And then I did some journaling. I did my PM routine. I forgot to tell you I did my AM routine in the morning. And so that was all in one day. There are a few other things in there I may have forgotten. I don't know. But then I also went through a box. So when you say go through boxes, you may be thinking, well, that's not a very difficult goal. Well, sometimes it is for me because I'm doing it at 12:30, 1 o'clock at night, and I get up the next morning, depending on what I have for the day, anywhere from 4 to 5:30 in the morning. So going through boxes is something that every day I get to mark a box because it's very measurable. You either go through a box or you don't go through a box, right? That's easy to measure. So if you have a goal that you're heading towards, so the current goal that I'm working on, it's a 6-month goal, is writing my second book. And I'm finishing up. I took November and December off from any speaking engagements so that I could concentrate hardcore on getting my book written. My ear itches. I wonder if that's a body language issue. I don't know. If you know body language, let me know if my ear just itched or if maybe there's something to do with writing my book. So each day I've gone through a box. And the neat thing has been I get to remember those memories of with my kids and with grandma and around different holidays. And I also get to bless others with those boxes and those things, the things that we have given away. We took a whole 12-place setting of china to DI. We took silverware, actual silverware, 12-place setting off to silverware, off to DI. We took quite a few decorations, all Christmas decorations. I did the Christmas decorations first because we're coming up on Christmas. And I wanted to bless other people with those things. So I feel very good. And am I going to make my goal on time? Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to make it. I'm almost there, and we're going to finish that up. So let's talk about what I use to help me get my steps. Let's talk about a different goal, okay? I'm going to talk about writing my book right now. Okay? Writing my book, I have 2 set writing times that I sit down and write. So there's 2 steps. So I have 2 steps every day that go into writing my book. One is write for a minimum of 15 minutes 2 times a day. And so that is, it's measurable. I know if I've done it or not. And there are some days when I sit down at my computer and I'm like, oh my gosh, 10 more minutes to go, really? And then there's other days when I sit down and I'm flying and 2-3 hours will go by. Now, I'm not like some people who will sit there all day and wake up, 24 hours later and go, oh my goodness, it's the next day. I haven't done that yet. I don't know, maybe it's coming. And then the other thing is, the other step is write when I'm inspired. So I have very specific set times that I write, and then I also have moments when I'm like, oh, I need to put that in my book. And then I run in that and get on my computer and write. That's why I said I took November and December off. My book will be completed with its first write by the end of December. And so then now you go, okay, easy, right? I can measure it. Yes, I did it. No, I didn't, whatever it is. But there's also support steps that go with this, right? There's some support steps. And this may be where you're lacking in if you find yourself not getting your goals. My support steps are the things that I do that get me ready for writing. I get my Snoopy mug with Today I have a licorice tea. Yum. So I get my hot drink. I light a good smelling candle. Ellie, our dogs are getting upset. Somebody's outside walking by. Can you believe that? How dare they? So, sorry, excuse me. Some of the support steps that I have that go into the action steps of writing my book are I get a hot drink, whether it's tea, sometimes it's coffee, sometimes it's hot chocolate, sometimes it's mocha, whatever. I get my nice hot drink ready, and then I light a good smelling candle. Right now it's orange and ginger. The one I had before that was cloves and I think cinnamon. And so it kind of changes. I get them from Bath and Body Works. Oh, absolutely love them. Then I also listen to George Winston. George Winston plays classical piano music as well as other music that he has written and composed. So those are some of the support steps that I have that help me get ready to do my action steps. Okay? Those are action steps. Did I do it? Did I not? Action. Okay. And then these are the support steps. So I invite you today to start making sure that you're taking steps. Get yourself a system that works. When my mentor, Jeff McGee, invited me, actually he challenged me to start writing every single week, doing a newsletter. This was January 2014. Jeannie, write a newsletter every week. You can do this. I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And so I started developing a routine to help me get into the flow of writing. And for 2.5 years, I wrote every single week. I put out a newsletter. And if you have been receiving that newsletter, thank you. I love you. Thank you so much for receiving and reading those and letting me know. Many of you write back to me and let me know how it has blessed you. So thank you. About 6 or 8 months ago, I went to every other week. And so, but I felt like I had exercised that writing muscle enough and I could back off a little bit. My podcast, I also do every other week as well. And so, but I still use this routine to support me, to get me ready to write, which is now my second book. And there's a third one tickling the back of my mind. So if you don't have support steps, if you find yourself having difficulties taking those steps, doing the action, there's a couple of things that may be going on. One, you may have issues with authority. I know that some of us do. And so you telling yourself you have to do something, the other part of you rebels and says, I ain't doing it. And so then you have even more momentum. So then you use what I call ninja mentoring skills. I perfected them with my son. Ninja mentoring skills are when you realize, oh, wait a minute, I have an issue with authority. So then I don't tell myself I have to. I say, it'd be really cool if you could when you have the time. And then it takes off some of that pressure. Or I invite myself. I invite you to go write today. It might be fun. So it kind of depends on how you word it when you have authority issues. The other thing that may be going on is you don't see the purpose in doing what you're doing. When I first started writing my newsletters every week, I wasn't sure why I was doing them. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Well, then I figured out why. Because it helps me remember what I'm learning. It helps me help other people. Again, thank you so much for sending me comments. And then it also also helps me get content and stuff out there, helps me practice what I'm going to say at my next event. So all of this is just to help you to get stepping on your goals. I know New Year's is coming up. Everybody's going to write New Year's resolution. Gym is going to be absolutely packed for about 3 weeks, and then nobody will be there. My hope for you is that you will continue whatever goal you have, whatever you have going on. I'm hoping that you will be able to keep stepping and make sure that your goals happen. I'm going to send my daughter down to tell her dog to be quiet because my husband is sleeping and he needs to be able to sleep. And our dog is all agitated today. I don't know what her deal is. So we got to make sure she stays quiet. So if you have a goal that you're going for, make sure that you break it into little steps that you can do every day that are measurable, that you can say, yep, I did it, or nope, I didn't. Then the other thing is celebrate. I did it today, woohoo! I know that you guys have heard me talk about the Snoopy dance. We do the Snoopy dance all the time. Woohoo! I did it, oh yeah, oh yeah. The other thing I do to celebrate is I go get my nails done. I spend time with me. I take a hot bubble bath or a hot bath, fizzy bath. Those are all the things that I do to celebrate me and the fact that I'm moving towards my goal. You see, if you don't take that first step towards your goal, you can never take the final step into your goal. And so I invite you to keep stepping and make sure you're moving towards that dream that you've always wanted every single day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have an absolutely fabulous day, and bye for now.